not want a Doodle or a Labradoodle. And the reason is, unless you're living completely under a rock, you have probably heard the crazy news that the original breeder of the Labradoodle came out and publicly admitted his shame and regret about creating this hybrid breed. In today's video, I'm going to share all the reasons that you don't want a Labradoodle, but there is a twist. And I know you're gonna say, well, Rachel, this makes no sense. There's a Labradoodle literally right there. How could you make a video about why you shouldn't have one? The reality is there are things that you need to consider about any breed, not even just a Doodle mix, but I want you to be as prepared as possible, whether you have one or you're considering getting one. So the first thing to consider is if you enjoy sleeping in, if you're a slow riser in the morning, you like to wake up with the sun, well, you better think again on another breed, because if your Doodle is anything like Wally here, then you're gonna be up around 5 or 6 a.m. every single morning. Okay, Wallace, touch. Yes, touch. Yes, good boy, keep down. Good boy, keep sit. Yes, good job. And if you are one of those people that loves to Netflix and chill every evening after work or school, and you love your downtime in the evenings, then you may want to think again, because these dudes, can you sit? Yes, good boy, love and need and crave physical and mental exercise. And I'm gonna give you some tips towards the end of the video of how to do that efficiently, because if you're like me and you're super busy, it's still important to get physical exercise and enrichment, but there are ways to do it where you get more bang for your buck, so you can be more efficient with your time. Because while not all, most have quite a bit of energy, and they're gonna be the happiest and healthiest if they get the proper amount of exercise, which I'll talk about what that looks like, hi buddy, towards the end. But these are smart kids, and if you don't engage their mind and you don't actually physically exercise their muscles every single day, that can, not always, but that can lead to some behavior issues, and it can lead to some anxiety and depression, and nobody wants that for their dog. If you are frugal, or money is tight, or you're trying to save up for your house or the car, or whatever you're trying to save money for, you may not want a Doodle or a Labradoodle. And the reason is you are going to, without a doubt, spend a lot of money on your Labradoodle. And I know this to be true because, one, we have 2 dudes in my life, and I have many friends that have Doodles as well. And every single one of us spends so much time looking for the best products, the best toys, the best foods. And I think it's something about the Doodle, it brings out the best in us. And the positive of that is it's really fun, for me at least, to go and try to find the best. For example, this dog bed we're sitting on, this is actually not a rug, this is actually a dog bed. And yes, any product I talk about, it's all linked to my shop page down below, and most brands give you guys special discounts. Don't even get me started on toys. The amount of toys that this kid has exceeds any amount of toys I had as a child. Most Doodles crave and need to have interaction with you, not just cuddles and snuggles, though many of them love that, but they need to have this interaction with you and playing with you and working with you and learning from you. Fortunately, I have found a hack that has been a complete game changer, and Wally's looking at it right now, in the way that I interact with my dogs consistently and regularly and more economically, and something that's honestly just fun for us to do every single month. And that is, of course, Super Chew and BarkBox. And these are basically a monthly subscription of toys that I use to do special enrichment activities, and I'll show you those towards the end, so stay tuned for that, as well as adding more enrichment to his life through new experiences, which is really important. Look at him trying to get in, which is really important for mental stimulation for our dogs. Because remember, this is really key, if anything, for any dog for this matter. If it wasn't for you, your dog would never have the ability to leave the 4 walls of your home. If it wasn't for you, your dog would never have the opportunity to experience new things, fun things, and have fun and play and enjoy life if it wasn't for you. So it is on us as pet parents to find new and exciting ways to add more spice to their life. Yes, there's special links for you down below where you get a free extra toy every month just by using this link, which is pretty cool. It's just for you guys. But this one is special for me. I kind of did a peek because this is all Space Jam and Looney Tune themed. Every month is a new theme, and they're all custom tailored to your dog, which is so freaking cool. But Wiley, can they see what's in this one? They have the Super Chew, which I like more for my dogs because they are super chewers, so it has more durable toys. I don't know why I did this. Durable toys. And then they have the regular bark box, which is usually a little more softer toys. Many of them have stood up very well to my dogs, but it just kind of depends. You get to pick what's best for your dog. So this month we've got, look at this, we have the Space Jam basketball. Yeah, so obviously I want to take this off. And look at that. Look at that. So the features of this, which I just love, like it gives you a whole little card about what to do, safety features. You guys, safety is key, and using quality ingredients when you're making these toys are key, which is why I love this brand. Now this next one is going to help me film the rest of this video. So this is the Space Jam Bark, you can see it there, treat dispensing toy. You guys know that I am obsessed with the concept and the hashtag that is now trending on my Instagram and TikTok, hashtag Team No Dog Bowl, that during mealtime, I want you guys to interact with your dogs. So if you're feeding a dry food, you could put some of their meal in here so that during mealtime, they kind of have to work for their food, which is great for Doodles because many of them, all of them, I think, are extremely smart, which is a good thing because they learn really well and they want to work with you. But it can be a con in that if you don't work with them and give them mental stimulation outlets, then they can have some behavior issues. So I'm gonna take some of his favorite treats. These are some special treats I'll have linked down below, and pull this off and let him go at it. There we go. So he's gotta get the treats out of here. I love it. I gotta pull this string off, which I'll use scissors later. Okay, and now look at this toy, a nice hard rubber little plastic toy with Bugs Bunny. Guys, please comment below if you grew up on Looney Tunes like I did. I was obsessed. Look, there was Wally going with the toy. Good boy, Wally. He's gonna like the one with the treats in it. Then they also sent me a mini one, which again, you get the size based on your dog, which I think is really important because size appropriate toys and chews are critical for dog health and safety and for their enjoyment. So look, they have an even smaller treat dispenser for the little dogs, an even smaller ball there, and then for the bark box. This is just the kind of stuff that I look for when I talk to people who have a doodle or considering getting a doodle, because this takes the guessing game out, right? You get this every month and it's custom to your dog, so you don't have to worry about if it's gonna work or not. I always supervise chews, of course. Look at all those toys he gets to play with. And yes, he's gonna be sharing with Finn and my other dog Bentley. But I love the fact that it gives us something to do every month. We get to open the boxes together. He gets to explore new toys and chews. Typically what I do is I'll give him one toy at a time and then take the other one away so they always become new and ever changing. And you guys, I love the fact that, look at this, this gives him something to work on. Like there's literally, it's gonna take him a while to get the treats out of there, and this is giving him something to tire his mind. And as you can see, I took that string off. You don't wanna leave any of the tags on there. We've got the treats in there, and he's gonna work at it. BarkBox and Super Chew have been a big supporter of what we're trying to do here, which is to save all the damn dogs by empowering pet parents to do more with and for their dogs. This helps us encourage our dogs to live longer by feeding them healthier foods and by keeping them out of the shelters. So, Wallace, what are you getting into? What are you getting? Look, oh, look at this one. Look at this one. See how much fun he's having? He's just going at it. Still hasn't gotten the treats out, and everything will be linked down below my shop page. So the next thing I want to talk about is also on the topic of money, but also the topic of time, which is if you really are frugal or you're going through a tough financial time, or you haven't really thought about, you know, how you're gonna afford all the needs that a doodle has, or you're very busy, I want you to reconsider it. And here's the reason. Doodles, most of them, especially Labradoodles, have high grooming maintenance needs. And this is something you hear a lot, but I really want you to hear me out. Both Wally and Finn have coats that are more prone to matting. Wally not as much, but definitely Finnegan. And Finnegan's my golden doodle. And this is important to note because as crazy of a dog mom as I am, I was not even prepared. Even though I did all the research, before we adopted Finnegan from the rescue, he's now almost 4, I was so prepared to groom him every day and to make sure his coat would be maintained perfectly. And I still was in situations where he would get mats, even though I was brushing him every day, because they're high maintenance dogs in terms of their coat. So make sure that you are ready to either find a holistic and really reputable groomer that you fully trust. I have not had the luck in 4 years, have not found one that I truly can say, yes, here, take my dog, groom them. I do it myself. I recently groomed Wally, which is why he looks like a little shelter puppy, but you know, it is what it is. I know that I'm gentle with them, and that's important to me. Oh, now you're gonna go for the LeBron toy? He likes this one, yeah. Are you a basketball player? Look at this, there's so many ways you can play with this. I can play tug. And then for the next thing to consider why you may not want a doodle or a Labradoodle is if you are shy or an introvert or not a people person. And the reason is I'm a big advocate of taking your dog out on new adventures, even if that just means walking in a new neighborhood compared to what you normally walk in, or taking them on hikes or to the beach, or at least just taking them on walks every day outside when it's safe and healthy to do so. And when you do that, you will be stopped undoubtedly multiple times, because having a doodle and nowadays is kind of like owning like a Jeep. It's this camaraderie, and they are just freaking adorable. Look at little Wally, even without all his fluke, he's still so stinking cute. And when we walk and people are like, oh my gosh, what a cute dog, can I say hi? And if you guys want a video on how to appropriately and safely allow people to meet your dog, comment below, and I'd love to share that with you and do that. But if you are a shy person, you will be stopped multiple times. You will make new friends. It's just doodle people are amazing people, and they're friendly, and we're like a big family. So there's no hiding. You're gonna meet new people, and just even if it's just your neighbors, they're gonna look over the fence and say, who is that cutie? Or if you're in an apartment complex, who is that cutie? Yeah. But you see how much energy he has? Like, this is after a walk this morning. Like, he is just ready to go. And yes, there are some who aren't as energetic, but you need to be prepared for the more common. And the more common is that they have a lot of energy, which I love. And you know why? That means that they love to learn and they love to work. And I love working with dogs, obviously. So for me, that's a pro. But for somebody who doesn't like that, for somebody who doesn't want to watch these kind of YouTube videos on the best brain games and how to teach the Wallace, can you touch? Yes, to do that from playing, that's huge. Now this next one is gonna cause some controversy, but it's important to talk about. If you are wanting to get a doodle mix because you have allergies or sensitivities to dog or dog dander, a doodle may not be for you. And the reason I say that is it is actually a myth that the mailman just stopped by. It is actually a myth that doodles are hypoallergenic completely 100% without fail. And the reason is all dogs have dander, regardless of the type of coat. Now, it can be true for some that you will have less sensitivities to a doodle type dog or a full bred poodle because they don't shed as much. That can absolutely be true, but if you have severe allergies, I would highly warn that you may still have sensitivities and allergic responses to them. Get it. And there are many, and I volunteer at a rescue for doodles, and we get a lot of, are you anxious? Come over here. We get a lot of doodles that are brought to us because families adopt them or get them from breeders thinking that they're not gonna have any allergic responses, and the kids or the family members do. So another thing to consider is that Labradoodles are not without disease conditions and concerns to consider. And why I mention that is a lot of people, they think they're cute, they spend a lot of money and get a doodle, and then years down the road, they're like, oh my gosh, my doodle got cancer. My doodle got hip dysplasia. My doodle has some eye issues or ear issues, and this is costing a lot of money. And that can happen in doodles. It can happen in any dog, but some doodles are more prone to things like that. So that's why I'm a big fan of pet insurance. We use Trupanion. Wally's been on Trupanion since he was 8 weeks old. There's links for that link down below. But it's important to consider that healthy dogs are obviously important, but doodles can be more prone to some of those conditions. And for those of you wondering, Wally is 1. He weighs about 42 pounds. You guys often ask this, and he loves ball. He loves just carrying the toys around. You wanna get it? Here, Wally. Here, Wally. Get it. He loves it. And I do want to give a big shout out and thanks to BarkBox and Super Chewer team for sending this stuff to us and sponsoring this video. We're so thankful for their support of our mission. And now I want to talk a little bit more about some of my favorite foods for dogs. You can click the video right here and I'll jump over there with you. Or if you want to learn the Wallace, can you touch? yes, command, you can click the video right here. We'll jump over there. And I hope you have a beautiful day. Goodbye.